Hello guys, welcome to Denis's Brief Beer Reviews. I've already recorded a version of this video, but I decided to re-record it now because the beer actually changes and becomes better and more tasty as it warms up. I guess at first I had it out of the fridge and it was a bit too cold and I couldn't taste much. So the beer for tonight is the Wychcraft, which is a blonde beer, 4.5% blonde beer from the Wychcraft brewery, famous for their Hobgoblin of course, and then they're brewed in Witney, Oxfordshire in England. But in many ways you could actually classify this beer as, you could say it's a blonde beer, blonde ale, even cream ale I guess in the States it would be called, and also a golden ale, just like the Fuller's honeydew in England. Basically it's a fairly light beer. It's only 4.5%. They use 3 malts and 3 hop varieties. So it's pale lager and caramel malts, and then Fuggles, Styrian Goldings and Cascade hops. And it says here thrice hopped for flavor. So the appearance might actually deceive you, and you might think that it's just a very kind of average blonde ale or even a lager. It looks like a typical kind of medium golden kind of colored beer. Pretty nice thin head, but it sticks around, so that's good, sticking around for a while. Again, the aroma, nothing special, very grainy, very straightforward, but then you get a bit of a citrusy kind of hops thing at the back with a bit of an earthy texture, I guess that comes from the Fuggles, which might, start you mind thinking that, maybe there's something extra about this beer, maybe there's something unusual about it. And in fact, if you taste it, it's a pretty pleasant surprise. But don't have this too cold, as I've said in the beginning. It starts out clean and crisp and fairly dry, which is something I don't usually like in beers, but it's tolerable, so it's fine. And then you get a nice hoppiness at the back, so it doesn't come right away like you would get in IPAs. It doesn't come with a thrust, it doesn't punch you in the face, but you get some nice hops at the back. And I guess the 3 different varieties create an interesting blend of, citrus, kind of floral, earthy tones, and some bitterness lingers on. It's not a sweet beer, so you barely get any sweetness. But all the while, it's still, refreshing, clean, and crisp. So the good thing about it is that a lot of average beer drinkers might like this without, having to learn about more complex beers and without having to, develop kind of appreciation for that. But it's something extra, it's something more than just a typical beer, but it still does the job of satisfying those people's needs, I guess. So just for that, I'm going to give it a credit and give it a 7 out of 10 for Wychcraft. I don't specifically recommend you try it, but if you can, it's definitely not a bad beer. It's definitely an interesting kind of pleasant one. So stick to good beer, guys. See you later. Hope this was interesting. Cheers.